Hi, so I just wanted to make a quick video regarding Worbla thickness and how the material and its thicknesses may or may not be useful for you. So this is based on a question that Midnight Blue on the RPF forums had posed, basically wondering how stiff it is. So this is a new fresh sheet of Worbla. I haven't heated this piece up really at all. It's about 1 millimeter thick, and it's about as thick as a piece of cardboard of about the same thickness. Actually, maybe a little bit less. However, what I've found is that Worbla tends to, it becomes pliable once you heat it up, and then when it cools down, it tends to be slightly more stiff. But I typically don't use it just as a single sheet like this. Typically what will happen is that you might want to either use a double layer, or you might want to sandwich a layer of craft foam in between. So just to give you an example, here's the end of one of the horn pieces on my helmet that I'm making. What I did was I made a pattern out of paper, and then I cut it out and transferred it to Worbla, and just because of the bulk I didn't really want to add any craft foam to it. So you can see that two of the layers on, well, two of the sides of this horn are just double layers of Worbla, and that ended up being pretty stiff. And then what ended up happening is that I also wedged it open in the middle with a single layer, and then I draped over everything with a lot more layers of scrap, and that's actually turned out to be like pretty solid. Like if I can turn it around here, I can press on that and you can, it does have a very slight give, but it's not super strong, but it's durable enough for my uses in terms of costuming. Now, Midnight Blue also was asking about, okay, well, if you put a single layer on craft foam, let's say, how does that stand up? So I've kind of done that on a bunch of different things. If you do sandwich just thin craft foam in between, it gets to be about this thick. So it's about, I would say, maybe 1/2 centimeter thick. And it does still have a bit of give to it. But while it's warm, and this is the main thing I like it for, while it's warm, you can really, it's pliable to the point where you can get some really nice complex curves to it. With that said, it's not super durable like that. What I've also tried is to put EVA foam. I don't know if you can see it here, but that's basically a shaved down piece of EVA foam covered in a single layer all around of Worbla, and this will be part of a double-handed axe that I'm working on. It does still have a little bit of give that way, but yeah, it's pretty rigid. I probably wouldn't use it for really thin things. Like there's another piece that I'm kind of thinking about redoing. I'll just move over here and you can have a look. So it's like this large ring here, and I actually cut that out of EVA foam, and it ended up being, it's alright. I'll see if I can work with it, but once you warm, the problem with having this sort of thickness, or lack of thickness, to EVA foam and Worbla, once you heat it up, it becomes overly pliable and really difficult to remove the seams. I'm going to try and sand this away later, but we'll see how things go. On the other hand, if you have larger surfaces, like let's say you wanted to make a large blade for your double-handed axe, like I did, this is a larger piece of EVA foam that I ended up sanding down quite a bit and then cutting away a lot of edges there, and that seems to have worked out quite well. I am probably going to be taking out some more of these edges and just sanding those down. But like you can see that it's reasonable, and you can also prepare the surface a bit with a bit of wood glue and make it a lot smoother. In terms of stiffness, I would definitely not want to be swinging this around someone's face because it's actually really pointy and you can really hurt someone with this. It's definitely not solid, but and it still has a bit of give to it, but you know, pointy things, plastic things around other people's eyes. Yeah, just be careful.